How do you model your production setup in Cetec ERP? You'll need to set up your basic schedule parameters and capacity parameters to define during which hours of the day work may be scheduled in your company. To get started, go to Admin. Click Config Settings. Click Config Settings. In the name field, type in work_start to search for the work_start_hour configuration setting. To set the hour of the day at which work starts in your company, go to the work_start_hour config setting. This setting defaults to 8 a.m. or 8. To enter your own value, click into this field. Enter the time you want, e.g. 9 for 9 a.m. Then click Set. To set a warehouse-specific work start hour, go to this config setting. In this example, I can go here to set the work start hour for my main warehouse, which has the abbreviation MN. Set the time value. Click Set. Now it's time to set your work end hours. Start typing work_end_hour and Cetec will start searching automatically. Here you can set your global and warehouse-specific work end hours. Notice that this config setting defaults to 16 or 4 p.m. By default, Cetec ERP only allows you to schedule work on Monday through Friday, not on Saturday or Sunday. Next, in order to model a schedule of work, the system must know 3 things about your company. 1. Your work locations. 2. The capacity you have at those work locations. 3. The production demand against those work locations. It's time to set up your work locations. In Cetec, work locations represent the locations in your company where work actually takes place. Click Admin. Click Maintenance. Click Data Maintenance. Search for Ordline status by typing in all or part of that name. Click Submit. Click Ordline status. This is a master list of all locations where work might possibly take place in your company. Note that a work location could also be an outside service provider if you send them your materials for outside service. There are many data fields on this table, including build order. Your build order is used when you choose to add all default locations to a BOM's build path. In that case, entries with a build order of 0 are ignored. Take note of these checkboxes. They allow you to set a location as a picking location, a primary staging location, or an outsourcing location. To add a new location, scroll down and click Add Record. Click here to add a location description. Click here to enter a value that indicates where this location falls in the build order. Is it step 2 or 15? Scroll right and type highlight. There are multiple fields available for each location, and you do not have to fill in every one. To track labor costs, be sure to enter a labor rate for your location here. This value is defined in dollars per hour. You also have the option to add accounting information. To save your changes, scroll down and click Submit. Let's say I want to change a field. I can simply click into it, make the change, and then click Submit again. or, to delete a location, scroll all the way to the left and check the delete box. Then click Submit. To set up capacity constraints for finite production scheduling at a work location, you'll want to set capacity minutes per day. By default, each work location is assigned the number of hours of availability per day during which work may be scheduled based on your company's work_start_hour, 8 a.m., for example, and work_end_hour, 4 p.m., for example, configuration settings. However, you may want to further restrict a work location's capacity. For example, maybe a work location is only available for 4 out of the total 8 hours. Or maybe you want to inflate a work location's availability per day. For example, what if my work location was a group of 3 machines or a group of 3 assemblers, each of which had 8 hours available per day between the work_start_hour of 8 a.m. and the work_end_hour of 4 p.m.? How would I set this up? First, you would set your location to 480 minutes, 8 hours per day. Then you would check here to allow parallel work, allowing more than one worker or machine to complete work at this location at a time. To exercise more control over the capacity at each location, you'll want to visit the capacity calendar. Click Production. Click Scheduling. Click Set Capacity. Let's say I want to set detailed parameters for the work that happens on April 1st. I'd go to that day on the calendar and click Set Capacity. This opens a pop-up window where I can set the capacity minutes and number of users at each location on this specific day. I know that the Big Saw location is only available for 4 hours on April 1st, so I set the capacity minutes field to 240 minutes. I also know that 3 users, 3 machines can work at this location at a time, so I set #users to 3. To save my changes, I scroll down and click Update. But what if all of my locations have the same amount of capacity and the same number of users on April 1st? I can save time by doing a batch update. I enter the values that I want to apply to all of my locations on April 1st. Then I click Batch Update. Notice that all of the values now match each other. To get out of this window, click the X at the bottom right. Let's say I want to apply settings to a range of dates. I would enter my date range here and then click Batch Set Capacity. The default values on this window are pulled from what you set earlier in the Ordline Status Data Maintenance table. Here, I can make changes that will apply across the range of dates I just set. Note that it may take time for these updates to process. To exit this window, click the X. Now you know how to model your production setup in Cetec ERP.